All right, all you snowboarders of the internet, we're here, we're live. Hopefully you're staying sane, staying safe, washing your hands, washing your ass, washing your hands after you wash your ass, all that fun shit that's associated with that. If you have questions, make sure you put them in the chat over there, or if you're on mobile, down below, we will answer them. If you super chat, you get a spin of the wheel. We got a few prizes on there. The new wheel will be done by next week. To go along with next week, only one live stream, taking the weekend off to do some other stuff. And yeah, so we got that going on there. Let's see what else. Podcast segments coming out, some stuff Kevin and I recorded and whatnot. So hopefully it's that. That'll get there for you. Talked to Kevin yesterday. He's doing okay. His wiener is not doing okay. They have to have spinal surgery on his wiener, his short little hairy wiener. So that sucks. Let's see what else is going on. Talked to my friend Will Mayo, the owner of Tow Pro Winches, and they are making a home tow rope for people. They're actually launched it on Kickstarter, so he was talking to me about that. So we're going to try to do an interview probably for next month about that and whatnot. Also, my friend Kelsey Boyer launched. She got 501c3 certification for her not-for-profit called Save a Brain. So it's saveabrain.net. Basically, it's for people with head injuries. So I've already made a donation to that because as someone that does have copious amounts of head injuries, I think it's a good cause. So there's that. Let's see. Yeah. So if you got questions, put them in over there. Put them down below. Put them somewhere on there. I'll get to them in just a second here. Yeah. That's kind of about everything that's going on. I know Mount Hood, or the state of Oregon put out their big press release announcement about Mount Hood opening. Let's see. A few other resorts are talking about opening as well. So there's some positives for you people. I know the Southern Hemisphere, like Australia, New Zealand, it's looking like it might go off. I don't know about international travel. If you do, I think you're looking at a mandatory 14-day quarantine. So you got to worry about that. Let's see what else. More people are offering discounted season passes as well. So I don't know. Check with your local resorts if you're not buying a mega pass. That's also something that's going on. And I think that's kind of everything that I got for a heads up on there. I know some of you guys are in there, so fire those questions off. Let's do this. Also, for anyone that's been wondering if I sent out your stickers, yes, they have gone out. So I'm assuming you'll probably get them next week for anything like that. So, yeah. Chris W., would you know if Chile has mandatory quarantine? I don't know. And I'm going to assume that they probably don't because last I heard they weren't taking this seriously and shit was just kind of going wherever it wanted. And that was the last time I looked at it. So I'm really not the guy to look into that. I think you could probably use the Google machine to figure that one out. So, yeah, there's that going on anyways. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about that's going on? I guess Chloe Kim is coming out of retirement to compete next year. Who gives a fuck? She probably went to college and realized it was way cooler going snowboarding. Was like, fuck college. I can deal with that when I'm older. So, yeah. Ooh, Ian the Welshman. Any more news on messages from Slippy White Man? No, haven't heard anything from good old Slippy White Man. I think he might be dead again. I don't know. Maybe he offed himself. Yeah, that dude's fucking out there for sure. But yeah, I haven't gotten any weird, creepy messages from him lately. So there's that. Just got more like disturbing messages from people that are probably brain damaged more than anything. Not like Slim Whitman level, but like the people are fucking stupid. So there's that. Vanessa Tracy, we need more sin confessions. Are you going to confess, Vanessa, for your sins and atone for it? Like, yeah. So, yeah, there's that. Let's see. Oh, yeah. So when we get the new wheel going, it's going to be 28 inches in diameter. There's going to be some new prizes on there, and I'm going to open it up to anyone that asks a legitimate question will get a spin of the wheel. So I think maybe next Wednesday, if it's finished, we'll have that done. Yeah. So hopefully you guys are all about that. Michael Dunigan, you know what else is 28 inches? Not you. So yeah. DGMY, are there some good books about snowboarding except Curator? I mean, if you haven't, you can always pick up a used copy of Todd Richards' autobiography P3 on Amazon if there's any copies left, because I bought like most of them. Otherwise, he did read them on his YouTube channel, and I have linked to it in the past, so you could always check that out. Method Magazine put out their 25th anniversary hardcover as well, so that would be one to check out. There's also Frequency, the Snowboarders Journal. You could look at that. Someone just put out I don't know, one of the photographers put out a hard cover coffee table photography book, so there's that. J-Raz, confession, I ride hard boots sometimes. Repent for your sins! Do you want the jumbo sticker pack, or should I leave it? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Michael Nyblom, I have a confession. 2 seasons ago, when I got a neck injury and couldn't turn my head, I seriously considered mono-skiing. Unless you're wearing a one-piece rock and a speaker fanny pack and have a mullet, you cannot get away with riding a mono-ski. Kurt Trotch, would a 152 Outsiders work? 6'1", 152 pounds, 9.5 US. Would use it for park, snow dome only? Yeah, that's fine. You're fine. If you're using it for a snow dome, I mean, you're fine regardless. Vanessa Tracy, confession, I ski sometimes and I like it. Yeah, we know you like the pole. You get 2 of them when you go skiing. So, you know how that goes. That's not happening. Oof. Yeah, skiers love the pole. They're just back there fucking just jerking it off. Look at me, my butt sticking out, backseat scanned. So there. Fucking skiers. It's just fucking lame as shit on earth, skiing. The only reason you should be skiing is because you're on your split board and you're going uphill. And even then, that's just detached snowboarding. All right. Let's see. Yes, and for everyone that self-taught themselves to snowboard, we all learned the wrong way. It's good. We developed our own style, and it looks awful. Oh, J-Raz, rant request, teleboarding. I haven't seen anyone teleboarding. So just so everyone understands, this is an actual fucking thing. It's a monoski with telly bindings on it, and it's teleboarding. So you got a monoski that your heels aren't locked down on. The last time I saw someone do it, they were incredibly drunk. It was closing day at Steamboat, and they went ass over tea kettle face first and just obliterated their fucking face. They got what they deserve. Okay. Vincent Dew, when's the sackcloth of convention coming? Oh my God. I don't know. Maybe eventually. I was supposed to get the store shit done at some point too this week. That didn't happen. I got some stuff I got to take care of that's way more important. So yeah. Okay. Okay. And yes, skier guys are taller than snowboarder guys because snowboarder guys actually land when they go off a cliff instead of taking it on their back and then claiming it as a land. So by landing, they're just compressing their spine and getting smaller, whereas skiers land on their back and just go poof and don't hurt themselves and don't compress. That's why they're taller. That's it. That and the fact that their fucking boots stick them up like this much higher. It's really just like lifts for midgets. Oh yeah. Okay. Whew. All right. Ugh, only 48 of you people, and we're not even 10 minutes in. I'm really disappointed in these numbers, people. We got to up these fucking numbers. Ugh. Ugh. Yes. And stop upsizing your snowboard boots, people. I'm really getting sick of hearing from people like, I bought it because I thought I'd grow into it. You're a 35-year-old male. You're not fucking growing into a boot. Just, no. Get the proper size of your boots. Ugh. So, There's that. Also, if anyone that is watching this is struggling to get food, reach out to me. I will Instacart you a delivery of food or something, or get you food one way or another if anyone's worried about eating. I know that that's becoming a bigger thing as the food supply chain is being more and more stressed. So, so there's that. Ugh, fucking skiing. Why do people want to even talk about skiing? Fucking skiing is lame as shit. If I wanted to ski, I would have bought a Porsche, not a Volvo. Ugh, fuck. Actually, I do want to buy a Porsche. I was looking at Porsches again the other day, too. And then I found a Lotus, and I was like, I can afford this. And I had to talk myself out of not buying the Lotus. It's not really a practical winter driving car, but man, it would be fun. Be James Bond, it'd be like a little submarine. It'd be great. Okay. Okay. Let's see. No more questions. No one. No one's got questions. No one wants to put some questions up. James Bond snowboards. Roger Moore. Tom Sims was the stunt double. He used a ski off the bottom of a crashed helicopter as a snowboard and rode it sideways. And if you actually look at it, it's a Sim snowboard that they spray painted the base on and it sticks. All right, let's see. Okay, where were we? I feel like I'm missing a question here. Okay, Vincent Dew. Oh, I think this is a true question. Effective edge and length, which is more important? Also, how does one start with a side cut radius? MATLAB is a beast. I don't know who MATLAB is. I don't know what you're talking about. Honestly, I don't even look at numbers. Numbers are fucking pointless. I mean, effective edge is how much effective edge the board has. I mean, that's pretty much essentially what it is. The length is actually the... And here's the thing with length. There's two ways they measure it. They sometimes measure it before they press it, and then sometimes they measure it after they press it. So if you look at it, it's never actually truly accurate the way that it claims. So sometimes you have them before they're pressed and sometimes after. And then there's ones that they consider the actual length of it from contact point to contact point. So anything in the tip and the tail isn't part of the length. So it just makes the board longer and changes the swing weight of it. Realistically, the only number we need to be talking about and why they don't do it is width of the fucking inserts. Oh, this board won't fit me because of the fucking waist width. Well, look at it at the inserts. It's wider there anyways. Like, what, are you mounting your fucking binding in the middle of your board? You fucking mono skiers. Okay. Michael Nyblom, when will 15-meter side cuts become mainstream on snowboards? When you start making them and selling them and marketing them. Okay. Water bottle. I kind of want a bigger twin that I can do a bit of everything on because more boards will make me better at riding. Well, it'll support the snowboard industry, that's for sure. I mean, if you want like a bigger twin, get a bigger twin. That's fine. Go do it. You're not an adult. You're still a child. Your mom still drives you to the mountain. Fucking miss those days. Didn't have to pay for gas. Seriously, when your mom would drive you to the mountain, it was the best thing ever. You didn't have to fucking pay for gas. I miss that. Then I turned like 17 and I had to give them gas money when I was the one driving the car. Like I had to fill it up and give them gas money. What the hell is that bullshit? Fucking crack of shit. Also, my mom was really cool and she used to call in me and sick to school on powder days and then drop me off at the resort and pick me up after. That was fucking rad. She'd call the nurse and the nurse would be like, I saw the snow report. And she's like, yeah, he's got powder fever. And then she'd drop me off. I mean, I'd be the only one at the resort, but who gives a shit? I was snowboarding. It was fun. So, yeah. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. WTF. Why I still can't buy a snowboarding sucks tee. I want one. Because they're out and I haven't put any more up on the store. Also, my print shop is so delayed from coronavirus. I ordered something on the 28th of last month and it's still in fulfillment. That ought to tell you like how long it's going to take to get stuff. So I figure it's probably like if I set everything up right, you're probably looking at 4 to 6 weeks before you see anything now. Maybe longer. I don't really know. It kind of sucks. Oh, yes. Cameron Holmrest wants everyone to know 32 is having a buy one, get one sale. All items are full price, however. So you buy a boot, you get one of equal or lesser value. So you can buy one, get one. It's probably how they're actually keeping the company afloat, in all honesty. They're probably hurting really bad. I was talking to one of my friends that's a rep, and he was telling me numbers for next year. And some shops have cut like between 70 and 80% on stuff or canceled entirely. I was like, it's going to be fucking brutal next year. The bloodbath will begin. Okay. Sean Haynes, who's going to Oregon? I think the smartest thing we could do is watch and see what happens in the next 3 weeks. I think that's realistically the best way to look at it. I've put it on the table as an option if I want to go, but I want to see how they open, how everything's going, make sure there's no explosions in cases again and stuff like that. Plus, they opened us up to the tourists, I guess. So we're probably all going to die here. Yeah. Okay. J-Rez, I want a War Orca tee. I want a War Orca logo, but no one's made me one yet. Vlad Luchkiv, what do you think about footprint insoles? Is Game Changer the best option? So footprint, if it works with your foot shape, they can be solid. I'm not a total fan of them. I'm more of a Remind or a Shred Soles guy or Superfeet. But anything aftermarket is better than your stock insole in your boot. Stock insoles are just pretty much a crock of shit. They're just fucking cheap ass foam that don't give you any real support. I did a whole boot fitting 101 series and kind of just went over everything in there. So you can always look at that and kind of gauge what you need and whatnot. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Also, if you guys haven't taken advantage of some of the fucking sales right now, if you can, do it. I mean, some of the shit is fucking dirt ass cheap. Like, if you really hunt around. The other thing is, if you have a local shop that doesn't have an internet presence, give them a call, because if they are open or if they're doing curbside pickup in there, you'd be surprised at some of the deals that those places are having. You know, they're not really promoting it like everyone else, but they're there. You might be able to actually play Let's Make a Deal with them too. So, yeah. Kyle DeHolster, is it worth moving to the mountains? Depends on what you want out of life. You must remember, and I say this often, time is the only currency that fucking matters. It's finite. You have no clue how much you actually have. You can never get more of it. You might always want more of it. And it really sucks when you waste it on something that you get no return on. So ask yourself, is the time and the investment into myself for the one life that I have worth it? For me, yeah, it was totally fucking worth it. I know people that have moved to the mountains, and it's like within 2 weeks of them being here, I was like, they're not going to fucking make it. And they're just like, and 8 months later, they're moving away with their tail between their legs, just saying how it's the fucking worst thing on earth. I mean, it's not for everyone. You sacrifice a bunch of comfort to live in the mountains, and it's a struggle to establish yourself, and some people struggle longer and some people don't. Some people develop addictions, some people don't. Some people quit addictions and actually find themselves. You know, it's like it's a completely different ball game than what most people are used to. So yeah. All right, let's see. All right, Sheldon Krieger, I picked up a 9-decker concept for $270 and used your affiliate link. Yes. Also, if you guys want to support us and you are shopping online, we do have affiliate links in the descriptions of all of our videos. You click that, we make a percentage. If you don't, oh well, I don't really care. Buy wherever you want, make yourself happy, support snowboarding one way or another. Okay, let's see. Johnny Kruick, are you a pants or a bibs guy? I'm a pants guy. 100% pants. If L1 would bring back the Mean Machine, I'd rock a one piece, because that was the coolest fucking one piece that no one knew it was a one piece. It was great. You were so warm and just insulated. I mean, it was a 10. It was a 10. No, that one was a 20K rated with 100 polyfill in the arms and like 200 polyfill in the chest. Fucking so warm. Although if you farted, man, you were gassing yourself to death. That was awful. Whew. All right. Okay. Let's see. Okay. What am I missing? Something? think we're caught up on those questions. Michael Nyblom, I'm a trouser guy. Is that okay? As long as you're not like trying to tame your trouser snake and someone could see you. Sure. Trouser, snake, jorts, bibs. I don't care. Do it. You do you. I mean, if I can tell that I want to be nowhere near you from far away, that's even better. That's a visual cue of don't talk to this person. DGMY, thoughts on Nidecker bindings and boots? Does Nidecker use technology from other companies that Nidecker owns? No. So next year's Nidecker bindings get a complete overhaul, and they actually become like an original product. The stuff before was open mold cheap shit. If you really look at it, the boots are actually Flow boots that they renamed. So they took all, when they bought Flow and integrated it into the Nidecker family, they took the boot line from it and rebranded it as Nidecker boots. If you actually look at it, I mean, they're to a fucking T. They are a fucking Flow boot, which Flow actually makes decent boots. But yeah, the Nidecker bindings until next year, I mean, they're fucking just cheapy knockoff garbage. I mean, I'm pretty sure they have something that kind of looks like this, and this is a Borealis binding. This is an open mold binding, so they just slap their name on it. I mean, I wrote it. I've ridden worse bindings, Rosinal, but I've also ridden way, way, way fucking better bindings. So yeah. Oh, Sheldon Krieger, let's hear a rant on condo timeshares. I mean, if you're gonna fucking buy a timeshare, good for you. I don't know. They're usually the first things to get foreclosed on. The only reason to really buy a timeshare condo, especially like a place like Breckenridge, is you don't use the days here at all. Just don't use it. Get it for the amenities. So like if you buy a Grand Timber Lodge timeshare here, you get parking right at the base. I mean, truthfully, like out the parking lot, you're on the slope within 2 minutes instead of parking out in bumfuck Egypt and having to take the gondola to the base area. You can go use the bowling alley, the movie theater, the saltwater grotto. Not saying I've used it, just saying it's there. I know it's there. Weird things happen in the grotto late at night, especially when your friend runs the front desk. It's all good. And the other thing is you can actually trade your timeshare days here for like somewhere in the Caribbean or something. Fuck it. Like I have a friend that he lives here in town, and he bought a timeshare on eBay because someone was selling it. So he has to pay the dues on it, but he bought it for $400. And he's like, dude, I get to park at the mountain every fucking day. He's like, that is so worth it in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, let's see. Ooh, here we go. Ding Kang. Choosing between Rome Mod and LibTech Hot Knife, are they comparable for jumps and high-speed carving? The mod will be better at jumps than the Hot Knife. It'll have more pop and spring to it than that. Carving, the Hot Knife will be better than the mod. That board will be way, way better at carving. Trust me, that thing is fucking absolutely phenomenal at carving. So you got to kind of figure out which one you want to go with on that. Okay. City Nick Jones is owned by Nidecker. It's owned by Jeremy Jones, but it's financed by the Nidecker brothers. So there's an ownership partnership, something in there. Basically, the Nidecker brothers own Nidecker, Flow, Battalion, Lobster, Switchback. Jones, yes, now. And I feel like I'm missing something in there. There's like one other one in there, I think. But yeah, they basically own a huge chunk of the snowboard industry. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if they buy Arbor after all this Rona shit, if they've got the money. So we'll see. Yeah. All right. Okay, Kyle DeHolster, have you been to Pennsylvania? My local mountain is Spring Mountain. I go to Big Boulder on the weekends. I grew up 20 minutes from the Pennsylvania state line, so I've definitely been to Pennsylvania a few times. But yeah, shout out to Big Boulder. My boy Pat is running the show down there. Pat Morgan, man, kills it. All right, let's see. Oh, God. Why would you ever do this? Vincent, do bibs over boxers or straight against skin? Do this poll, people. Well, you should probably wear something underneath. I mean, I don't know. There's always that potential you might shit yourself snowboarding, so you kind of want that layer so you're not ruining your pants, you know? It's easier to throw away a pair of boxers than it is to throw away a whole pair of fucking snowboard pants because you shit inside them. Just saying. People shit themselves snowboarding all the time. Sunstroke. See it happen. Get a little too drunk on the deck. Fucking suddenly get the balls to go hit the big jumps. Hit the big jump and you shit yourself. Nobody wants that. Nobody. Okay. Let's see. I think we're kind of caught up on those questions. So if anyone's got more questions, pop them in there. All right. Jack Ripper with the $6.66 for the love of Satan super chat. Happy Friday, degenerates. I'll give you another spin. That was a close one. No. Ugh. Ugh. You know what trend does not need to come back? Neon. Holy fuck, I had some woman corner me in my friend's shop about how every company needs to bring neon back to appease her. She was wearing fucking neon from like 1993, and I was like, why? So you can buy it and hold on to it for 27 fucking years? What? Sorry, no, neon does not ever need to come back. That shit is fucking garbage. Oh my god. I will wear black until the day I die, mainly because it's like my soul, which is dead. Ooh, Johnny Crick. Ex-girlfriend wants to give me a snowboard painting I liked. Is she planning to shoot me or lay me? Well, you want a sticker envelope, Johnny, so I'm going to put that on the list. You know the deal. Shoot me an email, info@angrysnowboarder, and I will get that in the mail to you. As far as your girlfriend, man, she's going to kill you, eat your brains, and gain your knowledge. Because that's how it works. She kills you, she eats your brains, and then she knows everything that you know. And then she's going to know if you cheated on her or if you're the reason she got the herp. So you better watch yourself with that one. That's really weird. Either actually, no, in all reality, she's probably fucking thirsty because everyone's horny as shit because people aren't on Tinder banging right now. And everyone's just like, oh my fucking God, I just need to get it in any port in a storm. I mean, seriously, if they just opened everything right now, do you know how many pregnancies would be going off? And STDs would be on the rise because that Malaysian condom factory that makes like all the condoms in the fucking world has been closed, so there's a condom shortage. Fuck, man. Trash bags, shrink wrap, and Ziploc bags can only do so much. That's just, you know, she's thirsty, man. She's thirsty, and she wants what she knows. It's like putting on your favorite pair of shoes that are well broken in. You know what you're gonna get with it. It's not like something really phantom and weird. Or maybe she wants to have your baby. I don't know. Which, I mean, if she wants to have your baby, question her motive. She might try to actually raise it. I mean, you know, she's not trying to make a baby with you so you have spare parts so your snowboarding career can be prolonged, you know. Kind of like, you know, a kidney here, some bone marrow there. Just saying. That's the only reason I'd procreate. Harvest their organs and bone marrow to prolong my life. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay, where were we? Ian the Welshman. I saw the Burton Classic Neon Range. Fucking 90s babies wanting to bring back all those stupid bullshit 90s trends I had to live through. I fucking hate the 90s were the worst fucking decade. They gave us Nickelback and Creed. Fucking goddamn garbage. Jesus Christ. Ugh. Okay. All right. Okay. where was I? Carlos Enriquez. What's a good directional twin with elevated contact points and holds a good carve for spring semi-drunk charging? Well, stop drinking and snowboarding. You're the type of people that hit me from behind and blow my knees out, and then I have to kill you in the parking lot, and then you die, and then I go to jail, and then we don't have this. That's really bad. No, let's see. Directional twin with elevated contact points, like true elevated contact points. Well, I mean, if you wait till next year, the Mountain Twin from Jones will have that spoon tech in there. That'll elevate it. Otherwise, you're pretty much looking at a battalion. So you'd probably be what? Omni, maybe a whatever. That board sucks. Yeah, let's see. What else has elevated, slightly elevated contact points that's a directional twin, though? I mean, if you actually look at a cam rocker board, because you got the camber. When you load the camber, it lifts the contact point up at the tip of the tail, so you can kind of count that as well as an elevated. So there's that. If you really want to go that route, which there's some stuff from Rome you could get away with in there. Otherwise, you're looking at stuff that's got like a beveled base to it. Arbor comes to mind, but most of that stuff, it's either twin or directional. You really don't get anything in between. So you could probably do like a Coda camber with the uprise fenders in it if you really wanted to. You could maybe get away with the Frank April Westmark or the regular Westmark camber as well. So there's that. Let's give you a spin of the wheel. No. Okay. All right. Whew, here you go. Kyle DeHolster. Why were Keystone Rails so sticky this season? Because Jonathan Buckhouse rides there. Actually, because no one fucking rides there. Because everyone with a brain just said fuck Vail Resorts and went to Copper because they were so sick of how Keystone and Breck have been running their parks and cutting down the sizes of everything. Plus, Keystone's like skier features. Anyways, it's just a lack of people actually going and hitting shit. That's why it's so sticky, and they don't wax the rails. Like, if you ever watch Copper, they go through giant blocks of fucking wax and a blowtorch. Well, flamethrower. Well, it's technically a torch with the propane tank, and they just fucking heat the rail up and melt it down so you don't stick. All right. Okay. Who's more dangerous? People who wear all black AF1s or people who wear all black 32 Team 2s? No, neither. The guy with the all white Kilm, whatever it is, Clint, Click, what, I don't fucking know, outerwear kit. The all white one with the white helmet and the white goggles and the white boots. He rides at Big Boulder. I've seen photos of this guy. That's the guy you got to watch out for. He's got more money than fucking common sense. That's not a good combination right there. Okay. Let's see. PSA for all single guys in the chat and watching this. Vanessa Tracy's a sucker for a man in Volcom. She will rape you mentally and probably physically. She probably has strong upper body strength, big arms, hold you down, take advantage of you. And she's single. She wanted me to tell everyone that. All right. Let's see. City Nick, thoughts on DC Sympatex? You know, I don't know. It's Sympatex is just like, I have such issues with it. Their quality has gotten better, but like I remember when it came out, and it's just I've always looked at it like it was fucking garbage ass outerwear. Like, that was so it's so just it's like it's finally gotten better, but for a while there it was just so janky. Always felt super cheap. We always used to refer to it as the Fisher Price outerwear. And then Vertica came out and we were like, no, that's definitely the Fisher Price outerwear. Fucking right there. But it's got a higher rating. Some of their stuff is good. Kevin actually uses some stuff from them and likes it. The cut is always very Euro in my opinion, just the way they do it. It never really fits me the way I want it to. So I don't know. It's like if it fits your style and you trust it, go for it. But for me, it's never anything that I'm like fucking super stoked on. So yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Kyle DeHolster, what do you think of Nightmare Snowboards? I try not to think of them because they're fucking garbage. The owner's a fucking kook. Fucking take your money and never see a fucking board from them. Dude, fucking, they don't even have a factory making their shit right now because no one wants to fucking deal with them because they don't pay their fucking bills. Fucking take advantage of their riders. Those poor kids could have done way more in their lives if they didn't ride for that brand. Fucking shit. Nightmare is a bunch of fucking it's a fucking joke. And here's the funny thing. My friends own one of the factories that got stiffed because they didn't pay them. So they didn't ship their boards. And so they were going back and forth and they said, fuck it. So they sold all their boards to a rental shop in South America for pennies on the fucking dollar. So they got their money. The factory got paid basically after some like protracted bullshit and stuff. But there's a fucking rental shop that's just using them as shitty ass rental boards. And I feel bad for anyone that gets those as a rental board because like fucking like came out of a good factory, but the owner is fucking batshit insane and doesn't know how to design a board to save his life. Jesus. Let's see. Broman, 5th FL. How much is too much toe and heel overhang? Okay, so when you got your bindings centered on the board, put your boot in the bindings. Roll it up onto the toe edge, roll it up on the heel edge, and see how far you basically have to go till it hits the floor. And if it's one of those things where you're like really noticeably sticking it out, probably have too much for you, need a wider board, That's really what it is. I mean, optimally, you're probably talking half an inch on the toe and the heel is where you ideally really want it if you've got a binding that sits higher and stuff. So there's that. Switch flip. Can Kevin carve it? Amazon Snowboard. We looked into that. And then we decided I don't think we were even allowed to take it on the chairlift. And I was like, I don't want to fucking put it in a backpack and have to take it out on the hill. This is bullshit. Then I got to carry his board down with me. Oh, man. Okay. Oh, bull owner. Alibi Snowboards, what the fuck are they? They are Zumi's personal fucking in-store brand. They are cheap knockoffs, open mold shit. They kind of move factories, so depending on what year, it can be coming from like any of these 3 or 4 different factories, and it's pretty much whoever offers them the best deal, so they can pump them out. They look like a snowboard. They probably ride like a snowboard, but at the end of the day, it's just low-end price point shit with a label slapped on. It's nothing fucking special. All right. Okay. Dinken, what's the feeling of jibbing a rocker between the feet board? So basically a center reverse camber. So it doesn't lock in when you get sideways as well as a traditional camber board. You'll notice because your board's bent like this. So when you go sideways on a feature, it doesn't hug as much as traditional camber. So it doesn't feel as locked in. It keeps you more locked in over your back or front foot when you're doing it. It does make pressing a lot easier though. So you can lean back, lean forward. Basically, if you're learning how to press, it's not a bad way to use it as a tool. Just don't use it as a crutch. Everyone should learn how to press on an actual full traditional cambered board because that teaches you how to load in and out so you can pop out of the feature. Whereas with reverse, you're basically just going to lock in and then you can kind of springboard out. It's not the same. It just doesn't feel the same. It's not a bad thing. Like I've ridden everything under the sun and I've owned plenty of Arbor Westmark rockers, usually like whenever I'm coming off of a knee injury, going to a full reverse camber is actually probably the easiest thing for riding park because you don't have that load of camber, so you're not fighting. It does make things a little easier. Now, with that said, there are companies that go a little overboard with their reverse camber, and so it's just like like this, and that's just insanely too much as well. All right. Constantine Terasivic, off-season tip jar. Spin again. Not it. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. X Pantera 13X, thoughts on Neff? It's a hype beast, bullshit marketing brand. The guy owes Nate Bozung a bunch of money. I mean, it's a typical Mormon brand. It's basically just a front for them to make money for their cult, in my opinion. And they get all these licensing agreements, and it's not a snowboard brand anymore. It's just a fucking look at this all over bullshit print of vomit and garbage. I mean, most of the stuff they make is actually cheap as shit and fucking whack. So yeah. Oh, Cythody, this is off topic from snowboarding, but what sort of camera do you use to do these videos? Just curious. So for live streams, I'm actually live streaming off of a 2011 and a half MacBook Pro. So whatever that camera was that was on there, so it's the MacBook Pro. For actual videos that I'm recording with, I have a Canon XA30, and I'm probably going to go pick up like a T7i or a T8i. I'm not sure. Go back to a DSLR because I've got all these lenses that are really super solid, and I miss being able to change the lenses. It's just that they don't record as long as I want, so they shut off. And with going with the XA30, I can leave that thing on for like 3 hours and I'll just fucking record. So it's like different tools for different things. But I really want to go back to shooting with a DSLR. It just has a different quality to it that I actually like. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Vincent Dew, were there ever any all steel snowboards made anytime? Running that into skier boots has got to be interesting. No, but there is a signal every third Thursday called the iPad board, and it has a metal base. It's an aluminum milled base. I actually wrote it. I'm in the episode. I think it weighed 27 pounds or something absurd like that. Like when you got it up to speed, it just plowed through everything. But to initiate it, it was the heaviest fucking thing on earth. It just beat you. So yeah. All right, let's see. One Cold Frog, who's going to be the first snowboard manufacturer to get into Walmart? Kemper's already in there. So Walmart is going the same way as Amazon and Target and doing a digital store so that you can piggyback off their infrastructure, and then it's a drop ship, but people can order it through there. So Kemper Snowboards is already on there. This is going to be the future. I mean, as much as I hate to say it, like we're going to see more people, like small shops. It's like they can partner with Amazon, they can partner with Target, they can partner with Walmart and stuff like that, because then it gives them a broader reach as well. So we're going to see more of that in the near future, unfortunately. So yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, Michael Nyblom. I still want to see Kevin try to carve a snurfer. Well, actually, we were going to do that. We were going to go grab that Rome snurfer that had metal edges and inserts and put bindings on it and go do it. Okay. Oh, all right. Super chat from Patrick Elsner. Thanks for helping with boards and bindings. Buy some cold ones. Scholar. Yeah, I don't drink, but okay, I'll buy something cold. Probably like my soul. Okay, Michael Doonigan, Jones Mountain Twin or Arbor Westmark Camber for all mountain freestyle and maybe a bit of powder. Go with the Jones. It'll be more versatile. It'll float better in the POW too. So. Let's see. Okay, Vinicius Bolelli, you mentioned For the Preston, reverse camber is easier. The same applies for mixed camber, even though we have camber underfoot. Yeah, because you've already got the board pre-bent in there. It's basically like the way it would go is reverse camber will be the easiest, then that hybrid camber where you got reverse into camber is the next. Then you get flat, then you get cam rocker, then you get traditional camber. That's basically the progression of how it goes in there, not taking into account flex patterns and all that other bullshit that's associated with it. So yeah. All right. Bullheader, why were mini boards ever a thing? They were a novelty. That's really what they were. Like, I have a Rosinal Mini 120 sitting over there. I think they only were making like 500 a year as a joke. They just put them out as novelties, just for people to go out and have fun springboards. It's like the original party board joke board. It was a novelty. I mean, that was kind of it. It was kind of like the Forum Street Dweller. So, yeah. Tweezy is Bombhole Podcast trying to get in on your market? No, they're in their own fucking world. They got a great thing going over there. I need to check it out at some point. It looks so good. It's just I never have time. But yeah, definitely go support them if you guys haven't. It's Chris Grenier, Justin Benny, E Stone's podcast. They interview pro snowboarders. They talk snowboarding. They talk about like what goes into video things. I think they run like between an hour and 3 hours long. They just had Zach Hale on there. Before that, they had was it Brewster? Was it Brewer? No. Who was it? He used to ride for K2. His girlfriend is Melissa Rotano. He owns Dang Shades. I can't think of it, but he owns Dang Shades. But yeah, you should definitely check that out as well. So yeah, something fun there. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're kind of caught up on some questions there. So if you got more, pop them over in the chat, wherever, and I'll get to them and answer them. Let's see. No one's actually texted me, so that's good. Get really worried about people when they start texting me and weird shit. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. So there's that. DJ Foot, where in the southern tier were you from? Curious if we have any of the same homies. I am from Ellicottville, 100%. Like, grew up like dead center of the South Towns in Ellicottville area right there. I was so, my brother owned a bar in Ellicottville. I grew up at Holiday Valley, so there. DGMY, thoughts on Nitro, Cheap Thrills, LibTech Skunk Ape, and LibTech Rocket. Jesus Christ, you're all over the fucking board with that. Well, the Cheap Thrills, for what it is, I mean, it's a throwaway park board. Pretty much you can just run it in the ground. I actually haven't ridden that one yet. But on paper, I mean, it should be like on par to a Rome Buckshot and stuff in that category. I should actually like that for a park board. Skunk Ape, you got a bigger foot. You need a bigger board. There you go. The LibTech Rocket, I go back and forth on whether I really actually like the concept of this thing or not. And I like look at it and I'm like, oh, that's cool, or it's not. It's like, I feel like it's just like one of those novelty things that Lib's like, look, we partnered with these guys and here it is. And then we also have 45 other fucking powder boards. And you're just like, so. Yeah, let's see. Johnny Kruick, what are your thoughts on mini discs? Any positives or negatives for aggressive freeriding? So I actually have like a medium disc in my Rome Black labels. So it's not, I don't consider it a full mini disc, but it's also not like a full size disc. So the big thing is when you do that, that's basically essentially where your dead spot is underfoot. So you have a smaller dead spot. So you're going to have more lateral flex in that. Your bindings will loosen up over time. So that's one issue, but that's neither here nor there. But it comes down to how much lateral play and forward and aft play you're going to have in the binding as well. And so for some people, that's just too much. Like because I've been riding so long, I like a bigger dead spot underfoot. I just like to know when I roll the binding and go to drive into it, it's like, instead of being like, oh, it's more surfy and playful. It's a big personal preference thing. All right. Michael Kulig, Avran, the Lib Quiver Killer C3 looks interesting. Were they sending you one? Yeah, I was pretty much going to get everything from LibTech again. I think between LibTech and GNU, I think it was It's like 28 boards I was going to get or something from them. So obviously that's not happening with the Ronas. I don't know. Still holding out some optimism that maybe we can figure out this Mount Hood thing. Maybe not. Who knows? All right. Okay. Yeah. Kyle de Holster, I'm really enjoying the Burton Free Thinker. Have you wrote it? Yes. Yes, I have. I didn't give a shit about that board. I had to think about that one for a minute. Not overly impressed with it. It kind of reminds me of like an older Burton shape. I mean, a lot of pop, but that's kind of about it. So, yeah. Switch flip. Who would manufacture the War Orca? GP87, Marhar, maybe SWS in Dubai. Kind of toying around with that different idea. Might just build a fucking press and make them myself. I don't really know. I was thinking about it. We could probably do a limited run of them as a joke from Marhar, and they'd actually be a solid board because we can get a mold built there for relatively cheap and get everything designed to spec if we really wanted to. So there's that. Yeah. Okay. Don't think there's any more questions up above I missed. You? Ellis Pintar, top 5 ski resorts in New York? None. J-Rez, what would the War Orca be? So Kevin and I kind of talked about it. I think the way we want to do it is crossbreed like a super pig or a war pig into an orca. So we would definitely have like a noticeable side cut technology with bumps underfoot in that really thin plane tip and tail into it. Probably like a slightly set back camber on it, but it would still have like a freestyle focus to it. Okay. Ding Kang, you mentioned last month not hot waxing maintains more pop of the board, so how do you wax your boards? I don't. Just fucking structure them and go ride. Like, out the door. Zero fucks. That's all I care about. Give me a good structure at it. Might be sticky for the first 2 minutes it's on the snow, and I just run it back and forth. And once it gets cold, it's fine. Let's see. Ian the Welshman, War Orca shipping costs will kill me. Yeah, that's the other reason. Like, I think maybe we would just make it at a few different factories. Like, I think this might be the best model for the future of people is if you strategically find factories you can work with in different geographical regions so that you can be like, you just have doubles of your molds and you can be like, okay, you're going to make like the European Union boards, you're going to make the Southern Hemisphere boards, you're going to make the Australia New Zealand boards, you're going to make the Asia boards, you're going to make the North American boards. And that's something I looked at, like with all my connections, I could theoretically probably find different factories and just kind of set up like, even if I'm just shipping the mold like every month and be like, okay, you're going to make them for 2 weeks, then you get it, then you make it for 2 weeks, and then ship it, and then you get it and you make it for 2 weeks. That could be something I could do. So yeah. All right. Mothership is not actually taking on small brands to make their stuff anymore. So no. Okay. Switch flip. Wouldn't that make the quality all over the spectrum? So it would make them different. You would have different construction. So I think like the way the marketing of that would be like North American made construction. It's going to be a little more damp. It's going to be this. European construction. It's going to be a little more lightweight, a little more snappy, higher end finish. And that's like, you're going to kind of do that. That's the one thing. Oh God. Michael Cooley work. A nose of the cool bean, side cut of the backslash, tail of the slush slasher with the warp speeds. Camber. Oh fuck no. God no. Oh God no. That's like, oh, that's just too much. That is just too much. So Oh God, that's just too much. Fuck. No, I don't want that. Oh, I'm touching my face. I got the Rona. I'm dead. Oh God. Dweezy, top 5 swallowtail boards. Already did it. Probably should do an updated one. Ian the Welshman for the Stoke and for Sochi. Well, you get a sticker. I'll add that to the to-do list. I got your address. Put that in there. Let's see. Kyle the Holster. Opinion on Signal snowboards. I like what they're doing now. Like, I like the direction that they're going with their boards. I think they're better quality than they've been. And I like the shapes of stuff. I need to ride more. I rode the WoW the other day, or well, not the other day, a couple months ago. And that thing, like, for wide open carving and shit, was fucking solid. And, like, that 3D shaping in the nose and the tail, that was pretty fun as well in the past. I mean, Signal Yup is just an amazingly underrated board that more people should be looking at. The Disruptor 3, it's a decent cambered park board. Vincent Dude, top 5 ASIN boards. Already did it. So, yeah. Let's see. I mean, if no one knows, there's something like 150 or 130. I don't even know anymore. But there's over 100 videos in the top 5 list. I've probably done it at some point. And I'm working on top 5 2-board quivers, but I'm going to break it up. So it'll be like top 5 Rad Dad and Party Board, top 5 Free Ride Freestyle combo. I want to make sure that like I can cover that gambit of things for that. And I'm going to do one for the ladies as well. Ooh, Johnny Crook, did you hear about Mission Ridge handing out 99-year bans? Why don't they just fucking call it a lifetime ban and stop being pussies? David Sr., thanks for the advice on the bindings for the Nidecker Tracer. Got some now O-drives. Hell yeah, dude. That's a good combination. All right, David, you want a jumbo sticker pack? Shoot me an email, and I will get that in the mail to you. So we got that. Cynthia, how are things around Breck? Still seeing any tourists wandering? Seeing more tourists than ever. We're like getting more and more open. June 1st is when they figure out if we're going to reopen lodging or not. They're debating if they're going to close Main Street on Breckenridge and allow restaurants to have seating or table service out front and extending the liquor license. And basically, they would make a giant outdoor mall for people to walk up and down, and they just got to figure out the logistics of it. They've been talking about this for a while. Now is the perfect time to actually run a test and see if they can do it. Just figure out how it's going to disperse the traffic congestion out of Main Street. So I'd be really interested to see on that. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, get caught up on those questions. All right, Sheldon Krieger with a PSA. He called Big Sky, Montana, and they said they are planning to open for summer services the last weekend of June. Downhill mountain biking, hell yeah. Yeah, so I know they're trying to figure out our summer tourism and like activities and how they're going to open everything. So it's a really weird time. Every day things kind of fucking change and whatnot. I know that we have a mask ordinance now, and it's masks mandatory on Main Street because it's a high traffic area, and inside businesses, especially grocery stores. If you don't comply and they call the police on you, $50 fine the first time, $150 fine the second time, $250 or $300 fine the third time. So people are going to get fined for doing that. Like, people are being fucking dumb. My favorite are the people that wear the mask like this. That doesn't do it. Or my favorite was the pharmacist that had the mask on and then cut the square so she could talk to people. Kind of defeats the fucking purpose, don't you think? People are fucking dumb. Then again, people are believing that Plandemic movie, and I could debunk the fuck out of that thing so many different ways. Fucking stupid people. Okay. Let's see. Water bottle with the PSA not to do. Shoot up on the Clorox. So, yeah. Don't do that. Don't shoot up the Clorox. But if I have to tell you that, then maybe you should shoot up the Clorox. I don't know. We need to add some chlorine to the gene pool here, people. JR, a few days ago, I thought I heard mystery boxes bags were going to be available, but I didn't see them. Did I hear wrong, or did they sell it before I checked? No, I just haven't put them up. They're there. I got 2 boxes of them already prepackaged and just basically set for me to fill out the paperwork and just drop them off at the post office. I was gonna try. I might try to get them up today. I got some shit I got to deal with that's kind of more pressing, and then next week I got to take care of some stuff. So I'm gonna be like not around to deal with shipping stuff out. So I might put them up. I mean, if I did put them up, probably more like next week, and maybe I'll put them up today. I don't know. I keep going back and forth. It's just sitting down to take the time to put them up and then announce that they're there and make sure I'm not going to get 100 angry emails and be like, you need to make me another fucking box. Well, there's no more fucking boxes. They're fucking gone. I don't know what to tell you. So they're there. Still figuring out prices on a few things, but yeah. Okay. Sean Sheeling, my 10-year-old son wants an Angry Snowboarder hoodie. We watched together. He listened to the kid peed his pants story the other day. We were dying. Your son is going to be a very well-adjusted snowboarder when he gets older. Sean, yeah. So shoot me an email. Put a sticker in the mail for him, and you just won that. And do that. I know, depending if he's a bigger 10-year-old, the size small stuff, like in the mystery boxes, would fit him. If I can get the store set up the way I want, which is part of the reason, like, I'm doing the mystery boxes is like then I want to get the actual store set up with the drop ship printer, and I can do that. I've been toying with the idea of doing actually like kid sizes just because it doesn't cost me anything extra to do. So yeah. Let's see. Oh man. All right. Well, if anyone's got any more questions, pop them over in the chat down below, wherever it shows up on your fucking screen, and we'll get them answered here. So let's see what else is going on. Nothing. So yeah. Oh man, I'm fucking tired. I don't know why I'm tired, but I'm tired. Water bottle. When are we getting a live stream with Randy? Now that trucker speed is a thing again, Randy got picked up by some truckers, and I don't know when we're going to see him again. Who knows what he's doing? I mean, he was just out there thumbing a ride that said grass, gas, or ass. Trucker speed's the only thing I need for me, and he's gone. I assume he's probably a lot lizard somewhere now. I don't know when he'll be back. It's Randy. I mean, who really knows what's going to happen with Randy? All right. Okay, Chris W. How does the E-Jack knife compare to the Mercury as an all-mountain freestyle? So the E-Jack is stiffer underfoot but softer in the tips than the Mercury. The Mercury is more like a consistent flex in there. If you're talking about pop, I think the pop is actually better on the Mercury, but the E-Jack knife is a little more damp, so it plows through chunder better. It's a little bit better at higher speeds just because it's absorbing those micro vibrations in there. The Mercury has a better base on it and a better finish to it than the E-Jack knife does. If magnet traction's your jam, obviously, then that wins out over the side cut on the Mercury as well. Okay. Joshua Sanders, hey man, thoughts on flat camber boards? Flat camber, I really like flat camber, and here's why. You're getting like the best of both worlds. You're like, it'll still pop and snap like traditional camber, but it's easy to load, almost like a very mellow reverse camber. It's almost as if you get on a board that you've ridden 100 days. It's already broken in. You know what you're getting. You don't have to worry about it breaking in. It's still got the best characteristics, but you don't have to fight them to break in. I really like flat camber. Water bottle. Slim is gone. Randy is missing. Kevin is probably dead. Kevin is not dead. He wanted me to tell all of you that. I talked to him yesterday. His wiener broke its spine or something, and it's got to get surgery. I don't know what's going on with his wiener, but he's got to get surgery on it because of something with the spine and shit. I didn't know his wiener had a spine, but hey, that's about it. Randy might be on a spirit journey. Randy's definitely on a vision quest. I don't know what that vision is or if anyone shares it with him, but he's out there. I assume it's kind of like that scene in Natural Born Killers where they do peyote and the snakes are there. So maybe he's just harnessing his inner Woody Harrelson. I don't know. He's probably going to climb to the top of the Golden Gate Bridge and talk about marijuana and jump off and die. I don't really know. One Cold Frog, of all the boards you have left to review, what's the one you're looking forward to riding the most? The Rome Party Mod. It's a mod rocker. And they made it into a wide size. I was going to grab a wide. Like, they never should have got rid of the mod rocker. I revere that board. I love that board. I'm so happy it's back. It's the one board. Jaden D, could you talk about the T-Rise Pro? Seems like a lot of mixed reviews. Is it too beefy for an average rider? No, it's absolutely designed perfect for a fucking average rider. It's an average fucking snowboard. Everyone's got this fucking jerk off fucking boo cocky face because Travis Rice Pro, it's the fucking Travis Rice Pro. At the end of the day, it's an okay snowboard. It's nothing fucking mind-blowing. And most people don't even realize the 57.5 and the 61.5 ride entirely different. The blunt shape and the pointy shape are two entirely different boards. And everyone's like, no, it's just a tip shape different. No, they ride entirely fucking different. Is it anything special? No, it gets the job done. Honestly, the T-Raz is way better in my opinion because it's a tweak on the T-Rice. It's just a better fucking board. And truth be told, Travis Rice has 5 pro models from LibTech. He only rides the Orca anymore these days. That's the only thing he fucking cares to ride. He's hit that point where he's like, this thing's fucking small and fun. I don't give a fuck. And that's really where he's at. It's nothing special, but everyone wants to just get down on their knees and just suck the dick and be like, oh my God, I'm going to ride like Travis Rice. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Woo! Okay, let's see. Switch flip. When are we going to see you on the Joe Rogan podcast? I don't know, man. He's fucking getting a little too out there. I think he needs to tone it down a little bit with his paranoia. I mean, generally, I like listening to the Joe Rogan podcast. Well, I don't listen. I watch it on YouTube. I'll be honest. I watch the segments mainly because I can just check which topic I want to tune into. I like the guests more than I like Joe. Honestly, my favorite Joe Rogan was Joe Rogan from News Radio. Best fucking thing on that show was him as Joe the fucking mechanic, or the janitor, mechanical engineer, whatever he was for him, custodial engineer. Best thing on that show. That and Vicki Lewis. Those are the two best things on the show. Anyways. Okay. Jack River, wait, so if I strap into a T-Rice Pro, I won't ride like him? What the fuck? No, because you didn't take the semen injection up the butt. You have to let him put a hot semen injection up your ass. Naturally, then you gain his powers. Ugh. Justin Rock, I had the party platter. Do you think the lumberjack is too much overlap? What about the X? The X is exactly like the X and the party platter with the depends what your party platter you have. If you have the new one that's twin and camber, the X is essentially that. If you have the older, more directional one that's flat to rocker, then the lumberjack regular is very much like that. There's no reason to get those boards. It's too much fucking overlap. Go 180 degrees the other direction for sure. Ugh. Let's see. Johnny Crook, when are we getting a live stream with Vanessa? I feel like she's not ready for that. I don't think she could handle it. You guys would be too savage. I worry about her. I do. And, if you're a single male, you should slide into her DMs. Who knows? Maybe you'll slide into her heart. Get with it, guys. At VCard with 3 Ds. Vinicius Bolelli, is the Orca worth all the hype? Is the Orca worth all the hype? It's a good board, don't get me wrong. I like it. It rides well. I think there's things they can tweak on it. They should have been able to actually tweak it for 2021 because they've stiffened it up. And then you got the fun guy as well, which I'm really having a harder time supporting Nicholas Mueller day after day now that he believes 5G towers cause coronavirus bats to attack people because he's that batshit insane. Yes, he is literally that level of fucking stupid. It's a good board. And you know what? It's a hype beast board as well. And Mervin hit the nail on the head. They're really good at hype beast boards. All right. Michael Kool-Aid for the T-Rice rant made my Friday. Well, I'm glad I made someone's Friday. Woo. Wiley, Nitro Fin Twin seems like a less volume shifted, a lighter alternative to my fatter lib short wide. Worth considering or too similar. The short wide I would put more like your party platters, your lumberjack, maybe even the Tellus backslash. The Fin Twin is more like your Cool Bean, your Sushi, your Slush Slasher type that. In terms of width, realistically, they're both short and wide. Like one might be a little fatter than the other, and it will be lighter for sure than your short wide, but that's just because it's made in China Taiwan. It's made in Taiwan, and your short wide is made in the U.S., which they use more epoxy in there, so that adds the weight to it. But realistically, if you've got one short wide like that, I really wouldn't get a second one. That's just too much overlap. Ugh. Ooh, here's a good one. Kyle DeHolster, what is one underrated resort? Powderhorn in western Colorado. It's the last resort you can hit before you cross the state line into Utah. It's outside Grand Junction in Mesa, Colorado. Like, you'll be driving. There's just desert and plateaus. Nothing. You're just coming through Glenwood Canyon, fucking going. And as you're heading west, and you'll see this off-ramp that says Ski Resort Powderhorn. And you get off, and then you take it, and it's a slot canyon for like 17 miles. And as you come out of the slot canyon and start to get up to the plateau, you can see the resort. And you're like, oh, it's not that far. And then you're like still 15, 20 minutes. And then you loop back around. And the resort has got this really weird pitch to it. So it's like this, and then this. And it's got an old one-seater chair from like the 60s. Takes 18 and a half minutes to get to the top, and at one point the run is so vertical and the chair is just climbing straight up almost. When they get snow, though, the way the mountain is laid out, it's just like pillow lines, and they have a cat track that just sort of snakes around the whole resort, and right where it bends, it's just cleared to shoot you off into the trees. So, I mean, as long as you're comfortable launching off something that might not hit a tree, you can really send it on those rollers. And it was funny, when I was there, they were like, oh, it's a really busy day. We're really sorry. There was maybe 25 cars in the parking lot and 2 school buses. I rode onto the chairlift all day, every day. Like, all day. Just kept going. It was a little warmer there. I wish I'd gotten it on a powder day, but whatever. But totally fucking underrated hidden little gem. All right. Oh, okay. Jorge Morales, thoughts on micro camber versus flat? I feel like at some point the camber is so micro you lose the benefit of it. So micro camber and flat are basically the same thing. So micro camber is about 3 millimeters of positive camber. Flat snowboards actually have a 1 to 3 millimeter bias to them, so it plus minus. So you might get a slight reverse, you might get a slight positive. Generally, it goes positive on there, so it's already probably about 3 millimeters. They almost ride exactly the same. You really don't notice the difference all too much. It's like it rides like a flat, it rides like a micro camber board. It's the same. You still get a little bit of pop and snap to it, but most average people will never even notice it. Like they'll just fucking throw it down and go ride. Bull owner, did Forum truly have intentions to come back or to just sell off the rest of their boards? So what it was some shisty fucking stupid lawyer from Southern California figured out that a trademark somewhere along the lines for Forum Special Blend and Foursquare had come available. So what he did is he was able to apply for the trademark and get it. And basically he was going to bring back Forum boards, and Burton, what they did is they just re-released. They had graphics that were laying around that they just slapped onto like a process off axis or something and released it. So it disputed his fucking claim to it, and it basically shot him down for Forum. With Special Blend and Foursquare, he was able to produce that shit. The guy sent me an email because I called him out. And he's like, dude, you sold me hundreds of thousands of dollars of product for me by just telling people that I existed. I was going to give you money. And I was like, you weren't going to give me shit. You weren't going to do anything. Your brand's whack. You're selling fucking what you claim is premium outerwear for $99. It's cheap fucking Chinese-made knockoff shit that you bought from AlibabaExpress.com and slapped the Foursquare Special Blend logo on it. It's nothing there. The guy probably made about $10,000 off of it. That's about it. And that's probably what would have happened with the Forum, because the second people would have ridden them, they would have been cheap fucking knockoff shit boards that he ordered off Alibaba Express, which go on Alibaba.com and just type in union bindings. It'd be fucking hilarious what you see pop up. It looks like this bastard combination of something like a Strata and a Force had sex and then got Down syndrome. That's the only way to describe it. And there was brands like No Bad Day, Blank Snowboards, Terror Snowboards. Someone else was doing it. They were trying to pass it off as their own binding and then be like, it's made in the same factory as Union. I was like, no, it's not. It's not made in the same factory as Union. It's built like shit. It's cheap crap. I was actually going to order some and then cut them in half with a Sawzall and show everyone how cheap they were fucking built. But, it's shit that Jonathan Buckhouse would promote. Actually, I think he tried to at one point. So, yeah. Ooh, switch flip. Ever been to Grand Targhee? That's underrated. Grand Targhee's fucking awesome. I got there, I think it was like a 3-foot powder day, and it was a weekend, and the locals were there, and the locals still didn't even know what to do, and they were just like, I can't believe you're just jumping off this shit. And I was like, what's feet of POW? It's got a good enough landing to land on, 2 hard turns, and come out the trees, and I'm back at the chairlift, and it's free refills, and none of you are going to hit this. I'll never hit that. Why? Am I like jumping over a flaming pit of lava I don't know about? So yeah. Oh yeah, good old Sheldon Dennis. Fuck that kid. Can't snowboard to save his life. Oh fuck, fucking posers. Let's see. No, you're not getting the top 5 Euro resorts. Okay. I'm tired. Somebody's got a hard on for Jonathan Fuckhouse. I don't know why. Why do people always make me want to talk about him? The guy's a fucking kook, straightforward. He's a poser fuck. Like, if this was 20 years ago, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing because we all would have been like, you're a fucking poser fuck, but we all got soft and had to become inclusive and politically correct. Like, I'll give him credit, he's on his grind, but I would never want that kid to teach me how to snowboard. I did a 900. No, dude, he did an 840 and then swiveled it around. Let's call it for what it actually fucking is. It's sloppy as fuck. He's fake as fuck. On top of the fact he thinks dinosaurs are 2,000 years old. 2,000 years old! What the fuck is this shit? What? Why? What? How stupid are you? Like, fuck! He's literally someone that would think you could ingest Clorox to kill coronavirus. I'm just... fucking... I got friends that are mutual friends with him, and I'm just like, I tried to be nice. I just can't do it. He gives bad, horrible fucking advice. he'd sell out his own fucking family to make $10. Fuck. Whew. Ugh. Benoit Arsenault, worst style ever from a pro. J2 maybe. J2 had some weird style. I wouldn't say it was the worst, but he had a very, very weird fucking style. But I think like when you really look at like bad styles, like you got to look at like that weird transitional time in between generations, because every time there's that weird transitional, there's always someone that kind of comes out of nowhere because they're a little more progressive, but they haven't refined it, so it's always sloppy as fuck, and you watch it and you're just like, what the fuck is this? And they're only pro for like 2 years and then they're gone. They just burn out and fade away. Like that's just history right there. Sometimes you watch it and you're just like, what the fuck is that? Like for the longest time, I did not like Louis Paradis's style. I was like, it just kept like anytime he'd come on, I'd be like, I'm falling asleep. I can't stay awake. I'm asleep. I'm dead. And then I'd wake up. He's gotten more refined and he's gotten better with time. But sometimes you just look at some of these people and you're like, how the fuck are you sponsored? Like you were just chucking your fucking meat. It looks awful. Whew. Ugh. Whew. Okay. Greg Budfish, you've been drinking Tide Pods and Clorox smoothies. How's that working out for you, bud? Remember, if you boof it, it works twice as fast. So you've got to get the big old butt funnel and put it in there and just clean you right out. Plus, that's how anal bleaching happens. Let's see. Jaden D, could you talk about the skate banana? The fucking most overrated, mediocre fucking snowboard ever that anyone that fucking is stupid could be pawned into buying it because of marketing. Oh my god, it fucking saves me. Nah. I mean, I get it. It was revolutionary for what it is. I can't deny that. And the marketing was that. But is it an end-all be-all board? No, it's a fucking mediocre snowboard for lazy-ass people that don't want to ride. It's for someone that's going to go fucking chug 3 beers at 11 a.m. after they made 2 laps in the morning. Then they're going to sit on the deck, work on their tan, go up, make 3 more laps, and go home. That's all who it's for. It's for the person that's at opening day at A-Basic because they're like, oh, we're fucking opening and we're going to be there. They make one run and they're fucking getting their mimosa or getting their Bloody Mary and fucking sitting at the bar the rest of the day just to tell everyone they were there. It's for fucking people that snowboard, not for fucking snowboarders. Yeah. Benoit Arsenault, thoughts on Subtutes? It seems every time he opens his mouth, he has to make an apology. That fucking kid is so talented, but he looks so awful to watch. And then he makes the stupidest fucking statements all the time. And you're just like, oh my God, I can't believe it. What he needs to do is he needs to have a public relations manager that just handles all his social media accounts and, pre-screens any interview question and just goes for it. And does things like that. That's the way it needs to be. Snowman88. Hey, Avran. Which board addition to the Super Pig would make a 2-board quiver? And which board to match the War Pig as 2-board quiver? And which bond needs to... Jesus Christ, man. That's a lot of questions. To match Arbor Cypress or... And which bond needs to match? Arbor Cypress or now IPO. Okay, so here's the thing. For the Super Pig, War Pig, I'd go with the Arbor Cypress. For anything else, then I would put the IPO on there because... when you start putting volume shifted with Skate Tech, you're getting into a really weird feel on the board because you got a board that's smaller already, and then you got that Skate Tech, so you got more play in the binding and everything like that. So, okay, what would I match the Super Pig to? I'd probably go with Super Pig's a really good, fun, all-arounder board, but you might need something with a little more length. That's where I'd add like a ride algorithm, or a Capita Mercury, or a Jones Mountain Twin, depending on what you want for flex pattern for it. For the War Pig, you got your party board, you got like your low angle fun fuck around pow board. So with that, I'd probably go with something a little more free ride. So I'd look at like Jones Flagship, maybe a Yes Pick Your Line, ride commissioner, maybe a ride berserker in there. You could do like a Rome, Powder Division Moontail, something like that. Like I'd go the opposite end of the spectrum with that. It's like, something because you can use that as a park board as well. I'd go something a little more free ride focused. Okay, Lenny Herring. Hey man, what do you think would be a good two-board quiver to complement the Maelstrom I have, as in something playful and twin? We got the Maelstrom in there, so if you want something playful and twin, I'd grab like a Yes Jackpot. Yes Jackpot, Rome Agent, Rome Buckshot, maybe even the Ride Kink, K2, Worldwide Weapon if you really want to go super playful. If not, you could go a volume shift and get the K2 Party Platter. That would be kind of fun. Marhar, Lumberjack, Lumberjack X, depending which camber profile you want. Arbor Westmark, Rocker Camber, dealer's choice on that one if you really wanted to, kind of like that middle of the road, playful board. Let's see. Ding Kang, how does a full camber board float in POW? It fights you the whole way. So the big thing is with it, because the load of that camber is knowing how to get your weight over the back foot, center flexing the board and kicking your knee in. So basically you're kicking your knee towards the front while flexing down into the board. So it's going to elevate it and do it. That's why S camber actually works, because you're just weighting straight down and then you got that huge rocker on the nose. So it just elevates it so it floats. It's actually better that. But full traditional camber, it fights you the whole way unless you get a board that they understand where to put precise flex points. Like the DC Supernat was a great example of adding a cambered board with good flex pattern that would actually ride really well. Some of the Telos stuff is like that. Some of the United Shapes boards as well are like that, and they ride better even though they're full camber in POW. Okay. Switch. I have a theory that my dad doesn't even snowboard. He's always at the bar chugging beers with the boys. Oh yeah, no. Oh man, I know so many dads that are like that. They literally go to the mountain, make like 2 or 3 laps, and go to the bar and just drink away their woes while their kids have fun. They're like, the kids had fun, and I got to fucking get drunk, and the wife wasn't any wiser. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Why do you think resorts have bars that face the terrain park? So dad can watch his kid getting radical and be like, "That's my boy. Jaeger shots for everyone. Orange whips." That's how it goes. All right. Tron, okay, I have a legit question. Does Skate Tech really help get an edge, or is it just feel? The POW is 28 waist width and I wear 9s. Wondering if Stratas are going to cut it. Stratas have a lot of lateral play in them. It's not for everyone. So here's the thing with Skate Tech. If this is your foot and it's sitting on that pivot so it can roll, when you go down into your toe, you're putting all your pressure down into it. It's pulling the heel up and allowing you to leverage more. Same thing when you go to your heel edge, it's pulling down into the heel and pulling the toe back up. So you're able to drive more of your power than versus a flat binding when you're basically just pushing down into it. You're actually pulling up and able to leverage you. It changes the whole fulcrum of it and allows you to get more power into it. The first time I ever rode a now binding, the first year IPO, the first thing I noticed was when I did a backside 180 off my toes, off a roller, how much power it put, twice as much power into the board. And I was just like, holy fuck. And I was like, okay, it's a fluke. And I spent probably a solid hour just throwing backside 180s off everything and just being like, this thing just keeps driving power down into the toe so much more than normal. So it is a thing that is a little different for some people. And if it's what you're looking for, it's solid. If you're one of those guys that's not, you might hate it. Like I do know people that definitely hate it. All right. All right. Okay. Vanessa Tracy with the PSA. Maybe we didn't drink enough Rumpelmans in honor of Uller, and the Rona is our punishment. No, we didn't drink enough Uller in honor of Uller, and that's our punishment. We all need to repent for our sins. You guys aren't picking up my slack because I can't drink. I'm really worried about you. Fucking blowing it over here. Okay. All right. Well, been here an hour and a half. Let's keep this fucker going. If you got questions, put them down in that chat box. Let me answer them for you guys. Hopefully, I'm keeping you entertained. I hope I'm keeping you entertained. I don't know if I'm keeping you entertained. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Fuck, it's crazy. Life just has a way of getting in the way, I guess. Okay, let's see. Okay. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's definitely a Russian name. Magnetrack or any similar technology, good or bad for carving and Euro carving. If it's too defined, like early generations of Magnetraction, it's not good because when you lock it into edge, it stays locked in and it won't disengage the way you want it to. So you're just cutting through and you have to ride it out through the apex of it. Similarly, if you look at anything that's got like a traction bump underfoot, it all depends on where it sits. Like if you actually look at like Never Summer's Vario technology, that kink in the Vario is inside the camber profile, and it makes it super hooky and unforgiving. It just wants to keep you locked in right between the feet, but then it disengages the tip and the tail, so it's not as good carving. I mean, if you're looking for straight Euro carves, the best thing that you can fucking do is go with something that either has very minimal edge technology into it or has a multi-radius side cut. All right, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Jorge Morales, what were your thoughts on the Borealis boards you got your hands on? They're all stiffer than I thought they would be. So, like, this is the Leviathan right here. And that's their big swallowtail one. They're all super, super stiff. My favorite one, though, was the Drakkar right here from them. So, sorry. But yeah, this one right here was my favorite. Free ride power board. This thing float well. It was surfy. It slashed. The camber profile was good on it. But overall, their stuff, and this is something I've noticed with French brands, is they all tend to be a little bit stiffer than you think they're going to be. So kind of have to just be prepared to manhandle them a little bit more. All right. Okay. Brian Mullane, best dirt board for May. Whatever your old board is, you don't give a fuck about. All right. G&D, I ride with the Solomon Focus Boa and have trouble with keeping them tight. They seem to loosen up constantly. Any thoughts? Is Boa legit? I've been riding Boa for 15-something years. I think 16 years, 15 years. I can't remember. I don't know. It's legit. If it's loosening up, you probably need to take the coiler knob apart and actually look inside to make sure that there isn't a weird loop or like it force-fed itself through, because that's one thing that does happen with it. So it could be that. Also could be you got a boot that's too big for you, or you got a tiny little fucking chicken leg and you need to put some added foam in there to suck up the volume to keep the boot tight. My suggestion, go check out my Boot Fitting 101 series about all the foam and stuff and how to get a better boot fit. That'll dial you in for sure. All right, we got a super chat from Rubo Eris. How does the K2 After Black compare to the Rome National, and which knob binding would you pair with each board for a stiffer ride? So the National is going to be a little softer than the After Black. It's a little more playful in the tips. I think the Pop and Snap is better on the National than I do on the K2. It just takes a little bit more and doesn't have as much rebound to it. The flex pattern in there and the way they do the cores, they just feel a little different. I will say that the After Black is a little more damp. Now, if you're going to pair and And on a stiffer ride now, I'd probably look at drives, or if you really want to be aggressive, go to the O drive, or if you're really cool with it, go check out the Jones Mercury or Apollo. Because the way I look at it is like you have the drive and the O drive, and then the Mercury and Apollo kind of fit in between before that. So you can like, you basically have three bindings to go to till you hit the O drive, which is like the fucking stiff of the stiff. So definitely check those out. Ivan Drago for the Proletariat. First, I got to give a spin for Rubo here. Spin again. No. And a spin for Drago and his Proletariat. All right. You get a jumbo there, Drago. Send you another one. So, yes. There we go. Switch flip. What French thing isn't stiff? This guy right here. All right. Okay. Let's see. Where were we? Okay. This is probably the most accurate statement ever of someone that rides a skate banana. From Steve OK. I see a lot of tech bros out on skate bananas here. Guy gets on the ski bus with a backpack and a hoodie with his startup company logo on it. Almost guaranteed he's got a skate banana in the hold below. I don't know what it is about the Bay Area and anyone that works in tech, Silicon Valley. They all have a hard-on for fucking LibTech. And I think it's all because Wired reviewed a skate banana once. And that was it. And I think that's the whole reason for it. But yeah, fucking tech bros. Oh my God. Like, it's like, oh, I'm a tech bro and skate banana. Ding Kang, got a recon. O drive sold out. Did I miss something? No, you're good. Recon's another one you could add in there. So there's always that. Let's see. Kyle DeHolster, what do you think of 686? I think they make some okay stuff, and I think they make some really whack shit. I mean, it's just growing pains watching a company get sold, seeing how they change things and whatnot, change their marketing. You know, I mean, if the shit fits, it's good. I mean, there you go. So, ugh. Jack Ripper, best way to handle people that use backpack speakers. Fucking call them out. Tell them that they're fucking kooks and their music sucks ass. I always think back to the day in Steamboat when I was riding with the Powder Tool guys. And fucking little Stan the man. Some rando gets on the chairlift with us. We didn't want him to get on with us, but he fucking squeezed his way on and he was listening to, I don't know, Fish or... So it sounded like a bunch of dudes farting into a bagpipe. It's the only way I could fucking describe it. It was awful. And Stan just looks over, and before I can even say anything, he's like, hey, bro, I know you like your crispy jams, but not all of us are into your music, so you need to turn it the fuck down. And the kid's like, what? Oh, you mean you don't like it? No, man, we don't like it. Your music sounds like shit. Just because you like it doesn't mean everyone wants to hear it. The only person that I give a fucking hall pass to for riding with a speaker backpack is Disco Funk at Copper. This dude wears a fucking afro wig and listens to nothing but 1970s disco music and does ski ballet, tripping balls and giving people candy. Fucking the most amazing thing ever, because you're pretty sure he's the creepy guy with the van that says free candy and puppy on it on the side, but on the mountain you're just like, I'm gonna let this slide because this is kind of fucking amusing. And the mountain really doesn't like him, and they don't like to encourage him, but it's there. So he gets a hall pass, but everyone else, they should be fucking punched in the dick. All right. Jaden D, what are your thoughts on volume shifted split boards? I think the big issue with the volume shifted split board is you lose some of your uphill ability because you're losing that surface area of the ski that you need for it. Like, I've got friends that have cool bean splits. It's great for low angle shit, and just keeping it mellow. But whenever they try to do a steeper incline, rather than when most people with a regular split board can actually go up, they're like switch back, switch back, switch back, switch back, switch back. They have to do more of that and do more work. JR, took me a bit. Will there be double XL mystery bags? Thanks. Well, you want a sticker envelope, JR, so shoot me an email, info@angrysnowboarder, and I will get you an envelope of stickers. But yes, there are. I should have. If I don't have bags, there'll be boxes because there's like 2 different price tiers in there. But there is double XL stuff, and I think I made 2 double XL boxes and 1 bag of extra large or double XL stuff. So like the smaller size stuff. I hope this isn't a fucking serious question. Are Rear Rock helmets worth it? With everything being it is, the full face is appealing. Yes, if you want to be a fucking kook. Totally worth it because I'll never fucking talk to you. If you buy one, just unsubscribe. Stop commenting. Go the fuck away. The shit's gay as fuck. And I mean in a silly, fucking inappropriate way. Not like I'm picking on the gays. I mean, it's literally the gayest, silliest, stupidest, fucking nonsensical thing you can have. That face mask is the cheapest fucking plastic. You take it to the chin, it's going to shatter. The goggles are shit-ass lenses, and the way the helmet's designed, your peripheral goes from being like out here to seen to somewhere like up here. You're losing about this much of your peripheral vision because you're locked into a helmet that was designed based off an F1 specification. What do you do in F1 when you drive? You're not. You're this. It's the same fucking thing. So yeah, there. No. You everyone should just throat punch you if you get that shit. Fuck no. That shit is so wonky. Fucking awful. There's nothing special about it. You want to look like a Super Sentai fucking Power Ranger? More power to you, I guess. Oh, my favorite are the ones that are like always do white or black. They're like, I'm Darth Vader. I'm a stormtrooper. You want to be a stormtrooper? You can't hit shit. Stormtroopers are a fucking joke. They're like the green grunts in G.I. Joe. Nobody wants it. It's like being a foot soldier for the Foot Clan. No one ever wants to be like, hey, for Halloween, I'm going to be a Foot Clan soldier. Like, no. You get this? No. Jesus. Ding Kang, how do you guys manage fogging with a mask? I get steamed every time I cover my nose. So the secret to that is put the face mask on, put the goggles on, stand around outside before you start getting heavy activity. When you hit the lift line, reach down to the corner of the goggle and lift it just a little bit. That will let a puff of air in and vent it. If you have a quick release lens that you can only release like one side, similar to anything Dragon has, pop the one side. It'll pop the lens a little bit. It lets the air circulate through, then you can shut it and boom, you're good to go. You guys, you're killing me. You're killing me with these Rear Rock helmets questions and Buckhouse and vlogger comments. Can we all just fucking agree? Some people are really bad for snowboarding. They're fucking awful. They take and they don't give. And what they give, you don't want them to give because it gives people false impressions. Like, fuck. We need more people to just call out the fucking poser fucks. I'm fucking over it. It's like, yeah, it's the worst. This is why we have shit companies all over the place. I'm really hoping the Rona just cults the fucking herd on another level. Like, I mean, I fucking just kill them all. Just every one of those shit companies out of business. I'd be all about it. Ugh. Ugh. Jesus. You guys are the worst. This is mentally and emotionally draining for me. Ugh. This is awful. Ugh. I don't want a cage match. I don't want any of this. You guys are killing me here. Killing me! This is fucking awful. Also, remember, next week there's no Friday live stream. So, that, yeah. Also, shout out to Shred Ahead Snowboarding. Kind of worried about those guys. They haven't put out a video, but if you haven't subscribed to Shred Ahead Snowboarding, there's nothing like watching guys over the age of 65 trying to figure out technology and spread the message of snowboarding. It is the most comedic shit on the planet. I love those guys. They are so sincere in everything that they do. Oh, and a PSA from Vanessa Tracy. Don't forget about your mom on Sunday. It's Mother's Day. Send her an e-card. You know, I mean, at least that shows you tried something. My mom told me that if I sent her flowers this year, she'd kill me. I don't know why. She just said she'd kill me. So I'm probably just going to send her toilet paper and Clorox. I don't know. Maybe that's stuff moms want. I don't really know. She's 74. She's kind of senile. She might be losing her shit. Maybe I'll just send her a carton of smokes. I don't really know. She's 74. She can do whatever the fuck she wants. Ugh. Ugh. Let's see. Ooh, Benoit Arsenault, should Robot Food produce an alumni video? Is this going along with the whole idea that we need to just keep doing this stupid retro shit because you guys are getting old and you're too scared to look into new riders? Like, I don't really get it. They did 3 great videos, let it be. Like, it's a fucking solid trilogy. You don't need to go George Lucas that shit up. Leave it be. They're fucking solid. I just don't get people that, like, don't understand. You can leave well enough alone and you don't have to become the washed up fucking quarterback sitting at the fucking bar in your hometown crying about how you threw 3 touchdowns or scored 4 touchdowns for Poke High. Yeah, that's an Al Bundy reference. Like, I'm just getting really sick of all these older aging snowboarders wanting to cry or talk about shit that happened 20 fucking years ago. If you want that, go watch the Effin' Rad podcast. That's kind of what he fucking handles, is that. I don't fucking care to live in the fucking past. If I did, I'd just be a fat alcoholic, sad person living in Vegas crying that my stripper hooker girlfriend left me and none of the buffets were open. That's where I'm at. Ugh. Yes, we're all going to get old. We're all going to die. The sooner you come to realization with that, you can start living. I'm going to die. You're going to die. Some of us might die twice. Maybe eventually one of us will become Robot Jesus and rise up with our robot overlords and we can crush the stupidity of the human race. Sorry, getting off on a tangent there. We're all dead on the inside, Vanessa. It's okay. Freak X. Like them making a Tiger King movie with Nicolas Cage. Whoever greenlit that missed why, and people liked it. First off, it's not a movie. It's going to be an 8-part miniseries. Second off, it's fucking Nicolas Cage. It does not matter what that man does. It's going to be fucking comedic gold because he's probably just whoring himself out to pay his back taxes still. It's going to be fucking hilariously awesome. Like, I haven't even watched Tiger King mainly because, like, those types of people were around me a lot when I was a kid. So to me, it's nothing new. When everyone's like, did you see that? And I'm like, have you ever been to the county fair? Same thing. So, I mean, I grew up in a town where it wasn't uncommon to see guys driving demolition derby cars down the street hitting each other on the way to the actual demolition derby. You know? So, yeah, that. But Nicolas Cage as Joe Exotic, this is going to be fucking hilariously bad. I'm hoping that it's more like Nicolas Cage Vampire's Kiss and less like Nicolas Cage, any of his straight to DVD shit that he's been putting out lately. Although the Color of Space is supposed to be pretty solid. And Mandy, chainsaw fucking fight, chainsaw sword fight. Come on, that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 right there. TD1, yo, recommend me some outerwear brands. Currently rocking Bonfire. Is 15K waterproof and 10K breathability enough? Depends where you live. I mean, Colorado, it's so dry you can get away with 5K. Doesn't fucking matter. It's just dry all the time. It really depends on what the moisture level and humidity is where you're at. Personally, my favorite outerwear brand, L1 Outerwear, but you could also look at Vulcan, Burton, 686. Ride makes some really good stuff. Let's see. What's out there? You know, Horse Feathers actually has some cool looking shit for next year as well. What else is out there? No, there's Air Blaster. If you really want to go that route, they have a weirder cut to it as well. So there, you got a bunch of options. Let's see. Titty Sprinkles. Ellicottville is the Vale of the East. False. Their marketing even says it's the Aspen of the East. Vale is below us. We're not a fucking truck stop in Ellicottville. Even though there's a 4-lane highway that comes right through. We're not a truck stop. Ellicottville is the Aspen of the East. We're a little more higher class. Besides, all the second homeowners are from Canada. That means they're foreign. They say A. Ugh. Oh, man, let's see. Jaden D, what are some boards you've ridden that you feel have made you a better rider, if any? It's not the boards, it's the experience and the time on the boards that makes you a better rider. I can ride anything and I can make it into a good day if I have to. There's very few boards that have ever made my day absolutely fucking miserable. It's usually when they're pressed wrong that would do it, but the fuck they doing over there? Oh, sorry. Saw a hot chick in a bikini on a balcony and was like, where the fuck did she come from? Anyways. No. There's boards like it's kind of like you ever go down and you look at your tool set, or maybe when you were a kid, your dad's tool set, and he's got like 5 different hammers. You got like your claw hammer, your ball peen hammer, your mallet, rubber mallet, sledgehammer, shit like that. That's how I view snowboards. It's like having the right tool for the job on the day that you're riding. Some days you want a party board and you got a party board and it's great. Some days you want to do freestyle and you show up with your party board. You make it work. Some days you show up to ride POW and then it turns 45 degrees and everything turns hot and heavy. And suddenly you're doing board slides through a DFD on a K2 Cool Beam. You make the most out of what you have with it, but you take it way out of its comfort zone. But there's different boards for different things. And that a poor craftsman blames his tools, but if you have the right tools for the right job, it can make things a lot better. But if you know how to just ride, you can make anything great. Like when I went to New York this year for Christmas, I got there and they got 18 inches of pow. Would I have loved to have had one of my fucking powder boards? Yeah. You know what I rode? I rode a 155 Rome Warden. And you know what I had a lot of fun on? A 155 Rome Warden. Also hit a bunch of rocks. It's all good. Okay. Oof. Rome Cross Rocket. That board was atrocious. That thing was a fucking death sled. I could still ride it, but it was a death sled. There. Okay. Okay. WTF, what did happen to the shark bite, by the way? It is sitting over in the corner right there behind my goggle case. There's potential that the altar of snowboarding is going to be moving into its own specific room that I can actually soundproof. And if I do, the way the room's shaped, I'm going to be mounting boards on the sides and around the top and stuff, kind of change the whole thing. So the shark bite will get mounted. My IPP Honolulu Bloodlines edition will get mounted. My lumberjack that got blown up in the house explosion will get mounted. And there'll probably be like 1 or 2 other boards that'll get mounted. And then I'll just have wall mounts that I can just rotate boards through as well. So yeah. Theo Flo, got any resources for foreclosures in Summit County? There are 2 foreclosures going on in Summit County right now. One is on a $1.5 million house. I doubt you have the money for that. The other one, they claim it's Summit County. It's actually in Leadville, which means it's Eagle or Park County, wherever it is up there. And that's on basically a fucking trailer. And I think it's only in foreclosure on $20,000. You could come in and swoop out and buy that for next to nothing. But if you are looking for foreclosures, right now is not the time. We're probably talking 4 to 6 months before you'll start to see anything. Summit Daily, it's every Thursday in Summit Daily. So I assume it's on the website, summitdaily.com. Lists what foreclosures will be happening. You'll see a lot in there, but it's just timeshares. Timeshares don't fucking matter. Water bottle. What is John Cenacorn doing? Did he drop something? Yes. He dropped a fucking deuce. That little guy dropped this. That's his little turd pile right back there. So, yeah. Stefan Sandstrom, what's the deal with the altar of snowboarding anyways? Everyone needs to pray to the altar of snowboarding. I'm starting a fucking cult. Getting sick of this shit. I'm going to start a cult, make it an organized religion, get it as a recognized religion, get tax-exempt status, never pay taxes again. That's my game plan. That's 100% my game plan. Ugh. Michael Kulig, absolute best day you have ever had snowboarding. I've had a lot of great days. I've had so many great days. I think any day you can actually snowboard, no matter how shitty it is, and that's like how you live and you just express yourself, is probably the best day. I don't really have one that truthfully stands out as being the all-time best day, but I have a lot of great days and a lot of great memories. They all kind of just blend together. Maybe when I finally finish writing this fucking memoir, book, how-to guide, whatever it'll fucking be, you guys will understand why everything just blends together with me. Vincent G. Super Pig could still justify as a party board? Yes. Ivan Draga, do we need to sacrifice to the altar of snowboarding like Elstecker? I don't want the altar to get Down syndrome. That guy's fucking special. Like, and not in a good way. He's somewhere on the fucking spectrum, but he's not like Abed from fucking Community. And he's not like a certified fucking genius math whiz. He's not Goodwill Hunting. I don't know where he sits on there, but he's a fucking troglodyte. Vanessa Tracy, what about your all-time favorite run? Okay, so I had my all-time favorite run this year. It was a day at Copper, and they underreported the snow total. And so I got there, and I think they were only reporting like 12 to 14 inches, and it was like 4 feet. And they hadn't opened Super B yet, but they had opened American Eagle and Accelerator. So I went up to the very top, and no one was going, if you're looking down Copper, down Valley through I-70, no one was going to the right of it down the race course. So there's one track, and it was Ski Patrol. 4 feet, blower snow, on my Endeavor Archetype Swallowtail, just 2,000 plus feet of vertical. I mean, we're talking nipple deep, fucking just floating on the top the whole way, just laying S-turns the whole way down, groomed. It's like, and no one showed up that day either, because everyone just like, I think they closed 70 or something. It was fucking phenomenal. But yeah, I got to do that 3 laps in a row, and I was the only track. Fucking amazing. Okay. Stefan Centrum. All right, got it. You know, Andorra is pretty much tax exempt, and it's in the middle of the Pyrenees, Great Mountains. The Pyrenees are great mountains. You can walk from one side of Andorra to the other in 8 hours if you really want to. The population is not that big. You've got resorts. They speak English, French, and Spanish. You got France to the north. You got Spain and Portugal to the south. It's actually centrally located to travel with. Believe me, I've looked into it. But if I'm going to go anywhere that's truthfully tax exempt, I need to kind of offshore and hide my money from the U.S. I've already started looking at offshoring my money. It's all good. Got this figured out. Jaden D, any info on Whitefish Mountain Resort in Montana? Was up there last summer. Looks like every one of my friends that's been there or anyone I know that's moved there just absolutely loves it. Train sick. I mean, what is it? I think it's 300 plus inches. 350 to 500 inches a year or something obscene like that. Like you get decent snow and it's just far enough in that it's dry snow, but it gets all the benefits of coming from the coastal Pacific Northwest snow. So you like get all that moisture. So it's like the first to get hit. So super. Oh yeah, my stocks are up. Fuck yeah. Playing a long game on this one stock. If it fucking hits, I'm going to be rich. Got to keep my eyes on these things. Trying to make my money. Ooh, damn. Almost all my stocks are up today. Fuck yeah. Love it. The stock market's up. Making money, bitches. Okay. Whew. Yeah. Okay. Well, if anyone's got any more questions, let's pop them over there. Let's get this thing going. We're here. It's been 2 hours now. I should probably get out of here. I should take a nap. I should do something. I don't know what I should do. Jack Ripper. British Prince Andrew VIII has an $8.4 million unpaid Swiss ski chalet bill. Yeah, that guy's a fucking douche nozzle. I saw that this morning. Like, first off, the royal family's a fucking joke. Like, they're figureheads. That's all they are. They really don't do shit. Like, who gives a fuck if they're worthless, and that guy's even more worthless than anything. Let's be honest. He's a fucking Jeffrey Epstein pedophile. Alan Poon, what was the worst board you rode this season? Oh, man. You know, I think technically the worst riding board I rode was the Soul Stick Pocket Rocket. That thing was a fucking death sled and a half. But I think overall the biggest letdown and most mediocre pile of shit was the Chris Grenier Solomon 6-piece. That board's a fucking turd. Just a straight fucking turd. It's fucking worthless. You know it's bad when like you return it and they're like, we didn't even know why you asked for this. We sell less than 100 a year. Why the fuck do you even offer it for sale then? Just build them a custom board and let it go. This thing was a fucking turd. So yeah. So fuck that. I don't know. I'd say like the two boards I was the most disappointed with that I rode for the 2020 season were the Ride Berserker and the K2 Medium, because I should have liked both of those. And we're still figuring out, like the one definitely had more camber. I think it had 16 millimeters of camber, so it was pressed wrong. And the other one, it had some issue where I think they fucked up the core that was actually in it. So yeah, there's that. All right. Okay. Board through the pain. You ever been to Valley Nevado, Chile? I have a friend with family in Santiago thinking I can make a budget trip. I haven't. My old roommate, Nico, actually, his family owns a chalet, like tiny, little ski chalet, he said. Yeah, I think it's like 8 bedrooms. That's not fucking little, but up at Valley Nevado. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Whoa. PSA from Jack Ripper: the angry community is the best for sure. Well, we're growing and we're trying to make you guys better snowboarders. Not better at snowboarding, just better snowboarders. You become better snowboarders, you'll just eventually get better at snowboarding, I assume. So yeah, there's that. If anyone's got any more questions, I'll take a few more questions, then I'm probably going to dip out of here. Oh, okay. Pedro Schnorr. Hey man, I really like the concept of short wide boards, but my feet are US 7.5. How big of a problem is that? It depends. Some of those boards, you're going to be super sluggish edge to edge, and some of them, you're just going to be like, wow, I've just got a lot of surface area, and I never have to worry about booting out. It really depends on the board, and so it comes down to camber profile, flex pattern, side cut, width of your stance, and like how you set everything up. Okay, J-Raz, going for coffee. Have an awesome weekend. This was fun. Well, enjoy your cup of coffee. So, yeah. All right. Okay. Ooh, yeah. WTF, what board are you looking forward to in 2021? Well, so the number one, and I've already said this in this live stream that I'm looking forward to is the Rome Party Mod. That's like my number one. But the new Yes Jackpot really has me intrigued. The new Libtex TRS C3, which it's like a TRS and a hot knife got blended together basically. They're just doing that. That one, I'm kind of intrigued with that one as well. I really wanted to ride the Mike Ranquit from Telos snowboards as well. Let's see what else was out there. Nidecker had a few that I was kind of interested in. The new Spring Break Powder Twin. That was another one that I'm really interested in riding. I'm trying to think. I got like a few. There's a few other ones. I wanted to get on some of the new Arbor stuff, like the Westmark Frank April, the Relapse, basically like the whole Arbor line. Burton has a few things that are kind of intriguing to me. So, yeah. Jack Ripper with the super chat. Grab some lunch. I actually ate right before this. Grab some Qdoba. It was good. All right. Jack, hit me up. You just won a jumbo pack. So, there you go. Actually, I think you emailed me about the envelope, so I'm just going to put that all together because I still got to finish up a few of those. Ooh, Vincent Dew, Camel 2 versus Surfer. I'd probably go with Surfer. I think the Surfer flex pattern fits better to what I want. The Camel 2, a little stiffer than what I would personally like, but it's still a fucking super solid ride. It's a great board. I mean, I really like the regular Camel Toe, so Camel 2 is just like the premium, stiffer version of it as well. Okay. DJ Footfoot, I want to replace the rodeos on my War Pig, but I still want to be able to ride the whole mountain. Suggestion? Yeah, I mean, if you're looking like an all-mountain freestyle binding, you could do a Union Force, maybe an Atlas if you want it stiffer. Probably not your cup of tea. Now IPO, now Brigade, maybe now Recon. You could do another set of ride rodeos, maybe go to a capo, maybe even an EX, K2 Formula, K2 Lean AT, or the K2 lineup, just depending on what you want from that flux. There's the DX, and then there's what, the XSF, XF, SFX, SFFFX. I don't know, something like that. There's that one there. With Burton, you're looking at like your Cartel, your Genesis, or your Malavita. Although lately, I really don't like recommending the Malavita because of that little point on the back of the binding. It's just breaking people's top sheets. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, Steve OK with a PSA. If you go to Valley, Nevada, be prepared for the altitude. All on-slope accommodations are above 10K feet. Altitude sickness is a real thing. So if you're unlike me and you don't live at 10,000 feet, you're probably going to die. If you are like me, you just might live. Okay. Ivan Drago, time for some bushwhacking. Have a great weekend. Easy there, Red Scorpion. Good luck. Okay. Anyways, guys, I think we're going to call this a day. So, anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate that. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. If you're new here, remember to subscribe, click the bell, get those notifications. That way you're not missing any of the videos we got coming out. If you do want to support us in an alternative way, check out Angry Snowboarder VIP. It's run on the Patreon platform. I can tell you more here. There's a video over there that explains it so much better. Anyways, next week, one live stream on Wednesday. New top 5 for next Wednesday, and you're going to get podcast segments in between. Probably nothing tomorrow because it's Saturday, and Saturday's fucking worthless in May. But yeah, also keep an eye out for ski resorts reopening. Figure out maybe if that is something you want to do and you think it's safe, go do it. There's that. So yeah, thanks again for everything, guys, and I'll see you in another video.